First word that comes to mind, I guess, is integrity. Smitty's had the integrity to be an artist in a corporate city and make a living of it and make a ministry of it. And so that's what first comes to mind.
Walking down Siegel singing on a Wednesday night. From what Ruby told me, Smitty heard my voice and he came to the door and he asked Ruby who I was. And Ruby asked me, she says, next Wednesday I want you to come to Siegel Avenue Church. So therefore I went not knowing what was going to happen. Went to Siegel and the choir was there. And I'm going like, Ruby, what am I doing here? She said, this is Smitty who introduced, she introduced them to me. And when I first heard Smitty play, it was musically attracting. It was musically attracting. And I think that was what kind of inspired me, because I've sung before, but a lot of churches don't. The inspiration has to be within you, yourself, before it actually can come from somebody else. And with Smitty, he projects the inspiration. That's a lot of Smitty's magic. I've seen people come in here, and this one as well as the church before this, and quiet as a mouse. I mean, and it's kind of hard to blend in. But I learned a long time ago, even with through Smitty, when it comes to music, everybody talks the same language. It's the same. There's no barrier. Either you sing low or you sing high, but you still sing together. So that brings unity, and Smitty's good for that.
Smitty has a gift of bringing out people's very best, allowing them to tap into what they're feeling in church, the love of God they're feeling, the love of their brothers and sisters they're feeling, and bringing that out in music. And that's irreplaceable.
I had a son, well, I still do got a son. He got a learning disability. And Smitty stepped in to be his mentor. So I think he got him when he was about 6. And so every meeting that they had, he would come and go with me to the meetings, and we set them up together. And like he had to have different testing. And sometimes it would be like farther away than I could afford to drive myself or get somebody to take me. Like one time he had to take me to Winston-Salem for him to have a test done. And we had to leave like about 7 o'clock that morning in order to get there on time for the test. So they could do like a brain test on my son. And I thought that was so nice of him, because he called me and said, well, I don't know if you have a ride, but I'm offering to give you that ride, and I won't mind going with you. I was like, God, thank you.
Yeah.
So that's pretty one of the things that, that really sticks out real good with me. And he was always there for my son. Always.
I have a son also. And Smitty picked him up. He's a mentor to him also. My son is incarcerated. He's been incarcerated since he was 21 years old, and he's still, and to this day, Smitty takes me for a visit. We visit often, and he writes to Tawan and makes sure everything is well with him. And he's just he'll just offer, do you need me to take you? Or I'm not doing anything, whatever. It's just Spirit is just so humble that, he's just giving up his time, to make sure that, that his concern is that everything is all right with you and your family. It's just Spirit is just, it's just unreal to know that he's just that type of caring person that just goes beyond his way to do whatever he can for you. And thank
interesting thing to me was I had watched Smitty develop his band and practice the piano and really get his skills up, but he saw that as a wonderful opportunity for him to learn how to play the right, real kind of gospel music on the piano, and he studied and worked really hard. He worked with the former pianist there at Siegel and asked her to teach him how to do it, and he practiced and practiced and worked really hard on it. So even though he was a skilled technician at the piano, he knew that was something really important for him to learn to do. But as I've watched him both at Siegel and here work with the choirs, which is a perfect place to talk about bridging differences, because there are so many differences. There are the barriers that are between us in society, usually of race and class and lots of others that we can mention. And there are a lot of us that work really hard to break those barriers down and to make friendships across the barriers. But I've known almost just a bare handful of people, maybe 2 or 3 in my life, who seem to transcend the barriers. It's as if in a natural way, without even really having to work on it, Smitty just doesn't even sense any barriers, and he goes through them. And that's the thing that I have appreciated the most about him, is seeing his indifference to the barriers or his transcendence of those. It's very rare.
I haven't seen Smitty in too many disagreements. Great instructor, great instructor. I have learned a lot under his tutelage. I have, as far as singing. I'm a natural tenor, but with Smitty I sang bass, and it's enhanced a whole lot. I mean, this is just through him. There's not too many places that Smitty could go that I wouldn't follow.
This summer, Caldwell is pursuing something that kind of grew up organically. It's called the Caldwell Dialogues 4x4. And we decided that we had come together, we knew each other relatively well, but we wanted to take those relationships to the next level. And so we've split up into groups of 4, diverse gatherings of 4, where the format is very simple. Each group of 4 meets 4 times. Each time one person tells their story, and the other people simply listen. And Smitty and Jill quickly understood the power of this. They were the authors of this, the creators of this, and it has unleashed kind of the next level of both intimacy and vulnerability of Christian journey in our church, as we have been allowed to tell our stories and then be invited to listen deeply to our various walks, whether we're upper middle class white, middle class black, homosexual, gay, lesbian, what have you. What we're finding is that our joys are the same, our fears are the same, our hopes are the same.
I think of him as a gentle person, a person who is, although he's on stage quite a bit, he is just fine to take a back seat, so to speak, to other people, and to not have to be the center of attention all the time. And he's really kind of quiet in that way, but present, quietly present. And he's in that way, he's an excellent listener, I think. He doesn't miss a thing. He's available in all kinds of nice personal ways that most people don't have. He's rare in that regard, and I don't know if we're going to nominate him for sainthood or anything like that, but
might be a good idea.
Well, we Presbyterians are famous or infamous for being called the frozen chosen. Smitty is anything but frozen, and he has the humility to know that he's not necessarily chosen, other than he knows the love of God, and he invites anyone to feel that.
He is wonderful and joyful, and when you see him, you just smile. Even if you're sad and you're having a bad day, you just see him and he's smiling. It just brings out the goodness that's in you, because he has so much good inside of him. till you just can't do no other thing but to be happy. Because that's what he do.
Once you see him, his spirit is going to speak for itself. And just the look in his eye and the smile on his face is just going to, you know, let you know he's okay. That guy's good. I mean, I can't describe Smitty like that, but he's a very good, very
He's
gracious
about like
man.
the song we sing to me is this joy that we have, you know. The world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me.
Say it again.
This joy that I have,
Yeah,
the world didn't give it to me.
said
The world didn't give it, the world can't take it away.
All right, that's enough.